Hello everyone, welcome to the video lecture of this course finite element method. So this is the second module we were discussing, that is known as the one-dimensional problems. So earlier we have discussed the concept of the stiffness matrix, then shape functions, all these things, and there we have seen the equation for the displacement function, how to use that, then the derivation of the formula for the stiffness matrix. So all these things we have discussed, and based on those formula of the displacement function and stiffness matrix, we have discussed some numericals earlier. Now today also we will discuss some more complicated numericals based on the concept of the one-dimensional bar problem or the bar element. So there we will discuss how to solve the displacement, then stress, then the stiffness matrix, strain energy, all these things for this one-dimensional bar element. Okay, so let us start this lecture. So what is given here, that is that we need to consider a bar which is shown in this diagram, and the cross-sectional area of the bar is given as 750 millimeter square, and Young's modulus is 2 into 10 to the power 5 Newton per millimeter square. If U1 is 0.5 millimeter and U2 is 0.625 millimeter, then we need to calculate 5 different things. Number 1 is the displacement at point P. Now in this diagram we can see that the point P is inside the bar element which is considered here. Then we need to consider the strain, which is small e, and number 3 we need to calculate the stress, which is sigma. Then number 4 we need to calculate the element stiffness matrix, which is the K matrix, and lastly we need to calculate the strain energy, which is capital U. So all these 5 different things we need to calculate for the given bar section. So what you can see in this diagram, that for this bar section there are two different nodes at its each end, which are node 1 and node 2, and in this node 1 the nodal displacement u1 it is given 0.5 millimeter, and in the node 2 the nodal displacement u2 is given 0.625 millimeter. Now the area or the cross-sectional area of the bar, it is given as 750 millimeter square. The Young's modulus, it is given as 2 into 10 to the power 5 Newton per millimeter square. Now the displacements at U1, it is given 0.5 millimeter, U2 is given 0.625 millimeter. Here is the distance x1, it is given 375 millimeter, x2 it is given 575 millimeter, and x is given 500 millimeter. So these are the things given in this numerical. Now first we need to calculate the actual length of the bar. So to calculate the actual length of the bar, which is small l, the formula is x2 minus x1. So the value of x2 is given in the numerical, it is 575 millimeter, and the value of x1 is given 375 millimeter. So that means the actual length of the bar, it is 200 millimeter. Now the distance between point 1 and the point P, it can be calculated using the formula, that is x equals to 500 minus 375. So which is x minus x1 actually. So that means the distance between point 1 and point P we are getting as 125 millimeter. Next, to calculate the displacement function for this two noded bar element, we need to use this formula, that is U equals to N1 U1 plus N2 U2. So the derivation of this formula we have discussed, and based on this formula we have discussed some simple numericals also. So here N1 and U1, these are the shape function or the interpolation functions. Now this N1, this is equals to L minus X by L, and N2, this is equals to X by L. So to calculate the value of N1, we need to put the value of L, which is the actual length of the bar. It is 200 millimeter. The value of X we have calculated as 125 millimeter. So putting all this value, we are getting the value of N1. This is a 0.375. Next, putting the value of X and L, we can calculate the value of N2, which we are getting as 0.625. Now if we substitute these values of N1, N2, U1 and U2 in the displacement equation, then we are getting the displacement at point P, U equals to 0.5781 millimeter. So this is the value of the displacement at the point P, which is inside the bar element. Next, we need to calculate the strain. Now the formula for the strain small e, this is equals to B matrix multiplied by the U star matrix. Now this B matrix, it is a strain displacement matrix, and U star, it is the degree of freedom. It is related to the displacement. So the formula for the B matrix, that is the rho matrix, it is equals to minus 1 by L within the matrix. So we can put the value of L here. So now if we put the value of B matrix and the U star matrix in the formula of strain, then we can write, instead of this U star matrix, these are the displacements for this bar section, which are actually U1 and U2 inside this column matrix. So we are getting a multiplication of row matrix and a column matrix here. Now if we do the matrix multiplication, then finally we are getting the value of the strain small e, this is equals to 6.25 into 10 to the power minus 4. So this is the procedure using which we have calculated the strain here. So next, we need to calculate the stress. So using the Hooke's law, we can calculate the stress, that is sigma equals to Young's modulus into E, that is the strain. Now the strain value we have calculated just now, that is 6.25 into 10 to the minus 4, and the value of the Young's modulus, it is given in the numerical, which is 2 into 10 to the power 5. Now the multiplication of these two values, if we perform, then we will get the value of the stress, which is coming as 125 Newton per millimeter square. Now for the fourth part of this numerical, we need to calculate the stiffness matrix. Now for the formula of the stiffness matrix for this one-dimensional bar element, it is actually given as AI by L multiplied by a symmetric matrix, which is 1 minus 1 minus 1 1. Now the value of the A, that is the cross-sectional area of the bar, it is given in the numerical, it is 750 millimeter square. Then the value of Young's modulus, it is given 2 into 10 to the power 5, and the value of L, that is the actual length of the bar, it is 200 millimeter. Now if we put all these values in the formula of the stiffness matrix, then we are getting the value of stiffness matrix as 7.5 into 10 to the power 5 multiplied by the symmetric matrix, that is 1 minus 1 minus 1 1. Now to calculate the fifth or the last part of this numerical, we need to calculate the strain energy. The formula for the strain energy of this bar element, it is, we can write capital U equals to half multiplied by the U star matrix, its transpose, multiplied by the stiffness matrix, again multiplied by the U star matrix. So this is the formula of the strain energy. Now the transpose of the U star matrix, that means U1 and U2, this row matrix, then we can put the value of the stiffness matrix from the fourth part of this numerical, which is 7.5 into 10 to the power 5 multiplied by the symmetric matrix, and then for instead of the U star matrix we can write the column matrix of U1 U2. Now the value of this U1 and U2, that is the nodal displacements at the node 1 and 2 for the bar element, it is given as 0.5 and 0.625. That is the value of U1 is given as 0.5 and the value of U2 it is actually given as 0.625. Now if we put these values here, then after several steps we need to actually perform the matrix multiplication, and then after some more steps we are getting the value of the strain energy capital U. This is coming as 5859.37 Newton millimeter. So using this formula the strain energy we have calculated its value. So these are the result of this numerical. For the first part we have calculated the displacement, it is coming as 0.5781 millimeter. Then we have calculated the strain, which is 6.25 and 10 to the minus 4. Then we have calculated the stress, which is 125 Newton per millimeter square. Next we have calculated the stiffness matrix, which is 7.5 into 10 to the power 5. And lastly we have calculated the strain energy capital U, which is 5859.37 Newton millimeter. So this is the final result of this numerical. So what we have done in this numerical, actually one bar section or the bar element was given here, which is having two different nodes 1 and 2 at its ends, but within the bar element there is one more node which is considered as capital P, and the nodal displacement U1 and U2 corresponding to the nodes 1 and 2, these were given as 0.5 millimeter and 0.625 millimeter. The cross-sectional area of the bar and the Young's modulus, these are also given in this numerical. So we had to calculate the displacement at the point P. So for the first part of the numerical, to calculate the displacement, we have first calculated the actual length of the bar. So the formula for the actual length of the bar, it was x2 minus x1, that is L equals to x2 minus x1, or the value of this x2 and x1, these were given in the diagram of this numerical, where we have seen the value of x2 and x1, these are 575 and 375. So the actual length of the bar is 200 millimeter. Next we have to calculate the distance between point 1 and the point P, so which is 500 minus 375, so the value is actually 125 millimeter. So to calculate the displacement, we need to use the displacement function for this two noded bar element. The formula for the displacement function small u equals to n1 u1 plus n2 u2. So we need to use this formula whenever we need to calculate the displacement for such type of numerical. Now this n1 and n2, these are actually the shape functions or the interpolation functions. The value of formula for this n1 and n2, these are actually given here. N1 equals to L minus x by L and n2 equals to x by L. So this value of L and X we have already calculated, so we need to only put this value and we need to find the value of N1 and N2. So if we put the value of N1, N2, U1 and U2 in the final equation of displacement function small u, then we can calculate the displacement at point P. This is 0.5781 millimeter. Next we have to calculate the strain, and for that we have used the formula of strain, that is equals to B matrix, that is the rho matrix, multiplied by the U star matrix, which is a column matrix. Now the formula of this B matrix is equals to a rho matrix of minus 1 by L and 1 by L. So as you know the value of the L, we have entered that value here, and for the column matrix U star we have written that the column matrix of U1 and U2, which are the nodal displacements here. So after that we have entered the value of U1 and U2, and finally we have done the matrix multiplication to calculate the value of strain, which is coming as 6.25 into 10 to the power minus 4. Next we need to calculate the value of stress, and for that we have used the Hooke's law, which states that the formula of stress sigma equals to Young's modulus multiplied with the strain. The value of Young's modulus is given in the numerical, and the value of strain we have calculated in the second part of the numerical. So we need to put those values here, and we need to calculate the value of stress, which we are getting as 125 Newton per millimeter square. Now for the fourth part of the numerical, we need to find the value of the stiffness matrix. Now the formula of the stiffness matrix K, this is actually EI by L multiplied by symmetric matrix 1 minus 1 minus 1 1. Now here we need to put the value of the cross-sectional area of the bar, which is given as 750. Then the value of the Young's modulus we need to put here, and the value of the L, that is the actual length of the bar. If we put these values, then we will get the final value of the stiffness matrix. And for the last part of the numerical, we had to calculate the strain energy. The formula of the strain energy U, this is equals to half multiplied by the column matrix U stars transpose multiplied by the stiffness matrix and multiplication of the U star matrix, that is the column matrix. Now if we put the value of the U1 and U2, and after that several matrix multiplications are required, and if we do all these things correctly, then we will get the value of the strain energy U equals to 5859.37 Newton millimeter. So this is the procedure to solve such numerical for the bar element, and where we have used the formula of the displacement function and the formula of the strain in terms of matrix, and the formula of the stress in terms of the Hooke's law. And for the fourth part, we have used the formula of the stiffness matrix, and finally we have used the formula of the strain energy in terms of some matrix transpose multiplication of another matrices. So this is the procedure to solve such type of numerical based on the one-dimensional bar element. Let us consider the next numerical. So what it is given here, a bar section is given in the diagram. An axial load of 200 kilonewton is applied at point P. So in this diagram you can see the point P is given, and two different sections are here, A1 and A2. Actually 1 and 2, these two different sections are given. So for the section 1, the area is given 2400 millimeters square, and in this section the Young's modulus is given 70 into 10 to the power 9 Newton per meter square. Now for the section 2, the area is given 600 millimeters square, and the value of Young's modulus, it is given 200 into 10 to the power 9 Newton per millimeter square. Now in this numerical you need to calculate the nodal displacement at point P. Then for the second part of this numerical you need to calculate the stress in each material. And in the third part, we need to calculate the reaction forces. Now from the given diagram, we can represent this diagram in a different way. So where we are seeing that two different elements are here, and those two different elements are having three different nodes, and corresponding to node 2 we are having the point P, and for the first element 1 the length is 300 millimeter and the area is 2400 millimeter square. For the second element the length is given 400 millimeter and the area is 600 millimeter square. And for these two different elements, the Young's modulus, these are also different, and in this point P, one point load is acting which is having the magnitude of 200 kilonewton. So these are the values given here in this numerical, and we need to calculate the three different things, which are the nodal displacement at point P, stress in each material, and reaction force. Now the finite element equation for one-dimensional two-noded bar element, this formula we need to use here. So that formula is equals to the column matrix F1 F2, this is equals to the stiffness matrix AI by L multiplication of the symmetric matrix 1 minus 1 minus 1 1 and multiplication of the column matrix which is U1 and U2. Now if we consider the first element of this given diagram, then we can see that U1 is 0 here and U2 is given to 100 kilonewton. The length of this element, it is 300 millimeter. Area is given, Young's modulus is given. Now if we use the finite element equation for this element 1, so in that case we can write A1 E1 by L1 multiplication of the symmetric matrix, which is again multiplied by the column matrix U1 and U2. This is equals to the column matrix of the force, that is F1 F2. Now if we put the values of the cross section area, the Young's modulus and the length, then we are getting the equation number 1 after the matrix multiplication. Next, if we perform the similar procedure for the element 2, then you can see that for the element 2 we are having the nodes U2 and U3. In case of this U2, the value of the U2, it is given 210 cube Newton, and the value of U3, this is 0. Now the finite element equation for this element 2 and corresponding to node 2 3, it can be represented as A2 E2 by L2 multiplication of the symmetric matrix and multiplied by the column matrix of U2 and U3, because we are having the nodes 2 and 3 here. So the displacements that we need to consider, these are U2 and U3, and the forces for these two different nodes, these are now F2 and F3. So we need to put the value of area, that means the cross sectional area, then the Young's modulus and the length here, and finally after the matrix multiplication we are getting the equation number 2 here. Now we need to assemble the equation number 1 and 2, and finally we are getting this 3 by 3 matrix here. So this is the equation that we need to perform to calculate the displacements and the forces. Now we can see that as the bar is having the 3 nodes, so each node has single degree of freedom, so the global stiffness matrix K, it is having the size of 3 by 3. And here the properties of the stiffness matrix, it is also satisfied that the stiffness matrix, it is symmetric. The sum of the elements in any column is equal to 0. So these things are satisfied the properties of the stiffness matrix. Now if we apply the boundary conditions, then the displacements at node 1 and node 3 are 0. So that means u1 and u3, this is 0. So you need to use the value of u2 only. A load of 200 kilonewton is actually acting at node 2. So F2, that force, this is now 200 into 10 cube Newton, and the self weight is neglected actually. So that means the F1, this is equals to F3, this is equals to 0. Now if we substitute the value of U1, U3, F1 and F2, F1, F2 and F3 values in the equation number 3, then we are getting this equation here. It is 1 into 10 to the power 5 multiplied by the symmetric matrix multiplied by the displacement matrix, where only we are having the parameter u2 because u1 and u3 these are 0. This is equals to the force vector, that is that column matrix where we are having only the f2 because f1 and f3 these are 0. Now in this above equation, as u1 is 0, that means we can neglect the first row and first column of the stiffness matrix. Again u3 is 0, so that means we can again neglect the third row and the third column of the global stiffness matrix. So that means the final reduced equation from this part we can write as 1 into 10 to the power 5 multiplied by 8.6 into u2. This is equals to 2 into 10 to the power 5. So from this part we can easily calculate the value of the u2, that means the displacement at point 2 or node 2, which we are getting as 0.2325 millimeter. So this is the process by following which we have calculated the displacement for the given element at its node 2. Next we need to calculate the stress in each element. For this given diagram we are having two different elements, so we need to calculate the stress, that is sigma 1 and sigma 2 for each of these elements. Now the stress sigma, its formula equals to E du dx. So for the element 1, sigma 1 equals to E1 u2 minus u1, this is actually du, and dx this is actually L1. Now the value of the Young's modulus for the element 1, it is given 7 into 10 cube. Value of u2, this we have calculated as 0.2325, u1 is 0, and the value of L1, that is the length of the element 1, this is 300. So the value of the stress, that is sigma 1, we are getting as 54.25 Newton per millimeter square. In the similar process, we need to calculate the value of the stress for the element 2. The formula equals to E2 multiplied by U3 minus U2 divided by L2. So the value of the Young's modulus for the second element, it is 210 cube. The value of U3 is 0 and the value of U2 equals to 0.2325, and the value of the length of the second element, this is actually 400. So the value of the stress, this is we are getting as minus 116.25 Newton per millimeter square. As the value is minus, that means the compressive stress is acting here. And for the third part of this numerical, we need to calculate the reaction force. The formula for the reaction force, this is actually the multiplication of K matrix into the U star matrix minus the F matrix. If we put the value of the K matrix and U star matrix and the F matrix, all the values if we put here, then after several steps we can calculate the value of the reaction forces for the three different nodes. So that means after several steps we are getting the value of R1, this is minus 1.302 into 10 to the power 5 Newton, the value of R2, this is 0, and the value of R3 is equals to minus 0.6975 into 10 to the power 5 Newton. Now, how to validate this result? So we know that the reaction force is equivalent and opposite to the applied force. So that means the summation of the three reaction forces, these are now equals to the minus 210 cube, which is equal with the applied force. So this is the procedure by which we have calculated the nodal displacement at point P and the stress for the two different materials of the element and the reaction forces. So today in this lecture we have discussed for the one-dimensional bar elements how to calculate its displacement, how to use the displacement function equation. Then we have used the formula of the stress, strain and strain energy for the first numerical, and for the second numerical we have used the formula of the global stiffness matrix. Then we have found the value of the displacement, and lastly we have calculated the reaction forces which are applied, and we have also verified our result. So this is the end of this lecture.